Hello and welcome along to another edition of the Andrew Eborn Show. And how exciting is this? Because I have not one but two wonderful people. We've got Elizabeth all the way over there in Pennsylvania and Aline over here in the heart of London. We had to switch Aline on. I'm asking to unmute. But Elizabeth, how are you?
Oh, I am just peachy. How are you this fine Monday?
I am absolutely incredible. I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to do a number of these little episodes because you've got something you'd like to share with us. Tell us about your collection and what you're going to be doing.
Okay, what I'm going to be doing is auctioning some of my vintage designer jewelry. I do this on the side, and what I've decided to do is a portion of the proceeds of the sales, 25%, is going to be going to the GoFundMe fundraiser that I'm having to benefit the Cavern Club in Liverpool. Not just the club, but the musicians and the employees that have been affected by this awful, awful pandemic.
No, fantastic and great news, because we had just a few days ago, we went down to the Cavern Club and we had a look at that, and they were saying how difficult it is because obviously with social distancing and so on and so forth, you cannot get the artists performing there. And you've been a fan of everything to do with the Beatles, from the Cavern Club to Abbey Road, ever since you were tiddly, haven't you?
Since the age of 5.
Good heavens. And
Yeah.
what got you inspired to love the Beatles so much?
Well, it was at my grandparents' restaurant in Crabtree, Pennsylvania. I was employed there at the age of 5, and we had a jukebox. And I heard the song Strawberry Fields Forever. And it just, at the age of 5, blew me away. We study music in our family, and it just totally blew me away. And plus, the B-side was Penny Lane. And I've got strawberry blonde hair, so Strawberry Fields. I adore strawberries. And my grandmother Roger's dog's name was Penny. I mean, what other sign do I need, right? So I asked the record changer man if I could please have that. And that started the ever-going obsession.
Well, wonderful, and all good stuff. Well, we've also got, because we've got Aline here as well.
Yes.
Hey, oh, she's disappeared. She's gone over there.
I know, I don't know what's gone wrong. I'm now on the phone.
Oh, yeah, I've got you on the phone, but come back into camera shot as well, because I can see you as well, Aline. And I thought, so move back to your computer. So Aline is here. So move back to your computer. Where are you?
Oh, well, I'm at home, but I can't find my. Just a minute, it might be working now.
Oh yes, there we go. Come back to your computer. There you go. I can see.
Should I go into? But I can't see myself.
Oh, no, that's okay. I can see you, and Elizabeth can see you as well. So you're joining Elizabeth, and it looks wonderful.
Hello,
I thought it was rather fun because Aline is a wonderful, 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 wonderful expert and a regular on the Andrew Eborn Show, and I thought it'd be great. It'd be great to introduce you in Pennsylvania and Aline all the way up. So what was going to be rather fun is that we've got Elizabeth is talking about her collection and her passion for everything to do with the Beatles. And we're going to do it, and something we haven't done here before on the Andrew Eborn Show. We're going to have a little chance to have an auction. And what we're going to do is just go through the collection, talk about that, and let's whet the appetite today. So what I thought we'd start with, you can talk about some of the collection, show us some pieces, and we're going to do them in individual little snippets. So what would you like to start us with, Elizabeth?
Okay, let's start with the best, okay? and I hope this shows up on black. If not, this is a Deliza and Essler. Are we in there? There we go. A Deliza and Essler, Juliana, Mardi Gras necklace. Now, Juliana was during the 50s. They did a lot of...
Oh, wait a minute. We've just about lost your thing. Right, so talk us through this, Elizabeth. What do we have?
Okay, what this is a Deliza and Essler Juliana Mardi Gras necklace. I'm sorry, not Mardi Gras. It's a cha-cha. It's a cha-cha necklace, okay? And Juliana, Deliza and Essler, was made in the 50s. They did for Hollywood. The construction on this is just impeccable, okay? And this is a lovely, lovely bauble.
Absolutely fantastic. And where did you get it?
I got it from the woman who wrote the Bible on Juliana jewelry. Her name is Ann Pittman, and she and I became friends, and she decided to sell some of her personal collection to me. Now this necklace comes with a letter written by Ann Pittman stating what it is, where it is in her book of Juliana jewelry. And that is something that just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. And each of these items, the great thing I love about all of this, Elizabeth, is that each of these items can be owned by you at home. It's a special thing for the viewers, the people who are watching the Andrew Eborn show all around the world and on planets everywhere. You have a chance that that item could be yours. What do we have to do? How can they get in touch in order to do that? Should they do that via the show? Are we going to organize, have a little chat about how we might get people bidding? Or do you want to set a particular price? What do you want to do, Elizabeth?
Let's have an auction.
Oh, we love an auction. I love it.
Absolutely.
I'm a sucker for an auction.
Thrills and chills.
Oh, they're multiplying and I'm losing control. It's coming.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like an excellent idea for a tune.
Hey, I thought of it first. Anybody there writing it, scribbling it down, I claim my royalties. It's gotta be
there
good.
You go.
Well, fantastic. So what we're going to do, this is just a little taste of the exciting stuff yet to come. And we're going to go through your whole collection. You're going to describe each of the items. And we will, for the first time in the history of the Andrew Eborn show, we will start an auction. I love it. And what should we call it? The auction ought to be a special collection. And we're going to have the Elizabeth collection. What would you like to call it?
Well, it's to benefit the Cavern Club and its employees. So, I don't know. Elizabeth's auction for the Cavern Club and its employees. Oh my heavens.
That is so gloriously catchy. I think it would take people, it would take an eternity to think of that. I love it. Well, we're going
Absolutely. And it's going to be worldwide, and we're going to raise money for these people. And I mean, I have everything. I mean, wherever you are in the world, I mean, how awesome is this? That is an Egyptian scarab, baby, in 800 sterling. Look at the hieroglyphics on the back.
And if you put it down a little bit, put it down a little bit, that's the lorographics. There you go. We've got that up a bit, up a bit, up a bit. That's the hieroglyphics. Absolutely. There's a lower. We do both. I love it. That's beautiful. So what's the provenance of that? Where did you get that one?
Bought this off of the collector. Oh, geez, Louise. 30 years ago,
Right.
35 years ago. I mean, my mother, God rest her soul, was extremely into antiques, and she taught me well. She was Victorian to the hilt, okay? But she taught me. And at the age of 8, I was permitted to bid in my first auction with Colonel George Pache as the auctioneer. And that is when, at the age of 8, little girls adore dolls. So I started my antique doll collection. I mean, I had Barbies growing up, yes, but I wanted China heads and German bisque and French bisque, like Beltons, Jameaux, Bruges. My mother had very good taste, and she taught us children well. So that at the age of 8, I started an antique doll collection.
Oh, fantastic. So what was the very, and there's something wonderful about an auction. I love a good auction. What was the very, very first item you ever bought in auction?
The very first item I ever bought at an auction was an antique doll. And it was a Shirley Temple doll that was 36 inches, dressed in her original formal ball gown dress with a pearl necklace, mint in the box. You gotta get the box. Keep the box.
And collectors will always tell you must never take it out of the box. And may I ask, how much did you pay for that?
At that time, I got it for $35.
Wow, that sounds incredibly cheap. And
Colonial, 35 colonial.
how much do you think it's worth today?
Because it's composition, geez, definitely upward of 300.
Wow, that's good. Well, we should have a look at that sort of side as well. Let's have a look. We've also got Jonathan's going to come in on the line as well, so he can come in.
Oh, Jonathan!
Oh, join the auction. Here we are. Jonathan's connecting to audio. I love all this when it all happens. It's all gloriously remote and everything else. So as Jonathan is joining us, let's have a look. He's coming in now. You can see Jonathan Hands, I can tell you, is a wonderful, wonderful actor. And he's also a regular on the show. And what I like about these sort of spontaneous things is that people can pop along and they can make their little things. Where are you, Jonathan? Are you coming in? Can we hear you? We can see Jonathan, which is always a joy. This is what I love about this sort of stuff. You can see him. Give him a little wave. He can just he's probably terribly puzzled to see you all the way in New York as well, which is good. As you're joining us, as you've tuned in, this is a special auction. A special auction that we're doing. Part of the proceeds, Elizabeth has very kindly said she's going to give to the Cavern Club. And we've just had a little bit of a taster of what's going to be coming. The delights, the treasures that await those who subscribe. Because that's what we're going to do, Elizabeth. I'll tell you what we'll do. Everybody but everybody should subscribe to Octopus TV over there.
Oh, without a doubt.
And go over to Daily Motion, because everybody who does that will have a chance to bid for these wonderful treasures and to do that. Now, Jonathan, can you hear us? Not if you can hear us. He's looking fine, but I don't think he's looking wonderfully puzzled, which is always good. Elizabeth, tell us a couple of the other things, and then we'll get people to start bidding a little bit later. Give us one more item.
One more item. I'm going to throw you for a loop, because since this is for the Cavern Club, and since, well, the Beatles started at the Casbah. They started at the Casbah, and but they got most of their fame from the Cavern. And what we have is Paul McCartney, and we have Johnny. And we have Ringo. And last but not least, Georgie Porgy. These are 1964 original NEMS badges. They are mint. As you can see, I mean, golly jeepers, look at the back of this. No rust. They've never been worn. So those. And I've also got, wow, look at these. Oh my heavens. Good Lord above. Beatles cards. Beatles cards signed, black and white color. Oh yeah. And I'll find some other Beatles things, some awesome vintage posters.
Well, that sounds absolutely amazing. So everybody but everybody who would like to bid, the way to do it is to get over there now. Go now. And
go!
Subscribe. Go
Run!
now.
Run! Run, Forrest, run!
And it's got to be good. You can follow us at Andrew Eborn, at Octopus TV. And these delights and many, many more wonderful trinkets in Elizabeth's closet will be dug out and made available to you, the merry public, everywhere in the world. But for now, Elizabeth, it's been an absolute joy. We've been joined by all sorts of wonderful people, with Aline and also with Jonathan as well. They'll be coming on as guests and wonderful surprises. But for you, Elizabeth, thank you so much. The last word to you, what would you like to say?
I adore your haircut.
Well, you can certainly come back. Flattery will get you everywhere. It's always a joy. Until then,
Absolutely.
take care.
Toodles, ta.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.